Music's kind of sick. It's kind of vibey over here. Um, about to start the space. You guys know the deal. And I'm talking in this space. So if you're watching this tonight, if you're watching this tomorrow, if you're watching this live, you want to get in on the conversation, join the Twitter spaces. This format has been pretty fun. Usually the viewers come in the last like 5 minutes of the show. So sometimes it's just like recording a normal podcast, just like talking to the camera like normal. But if you want to get in the conversation, answer some questions, join the space, and we will rock. But I'm going to get into it, get into the narratives. I have 3 players to talk about: Justin Thomas, Tony Finau, and Billy Horschel. See if anything that they said in their interviews changed my perception on them, changed how I think they're going to play. Should we play them in our lineups? Should we not? And I do this every week. You guys know the deal. Let's get into it. Let's start with Tone. Tone didn't say anything too crazy, but Chad Eckert, follow him on Twitter if you don't, talked about on Twitter how he looked like he was going to win by 30, and a confident Tone is always a great sight. But Tone talked about the Ryder Cup a little bit, and he talked about his motivation, how he feels like he's done enough this season, winning this season and playing good enough golf and having the Ryder Cup already. He's already played in the Ryder Cup, but he feels like he's not there yet, and he has something to prove still. So Tony Finau, you know what he does in these small dig events, comes in and proves a point. Is it enough for me to get to Tony Finau in this congested, I guess, 10K range? Because no one checks every box and no one's amazing, but there's some ownership here. There really is some ownership here, and it's a very fickle and weird range because you can make cases for them all. Is what Tony Finau said about the narrative, is what Tony Finau said about how he feels enough for us to go to him at 15%? Or do we want to just play that few percent higher, a few dollars more? Cam Young. I don't know, but I think I can give you some advice in the next tip, and it was because of something that Billy Horschel said. So we will move over to Billy Horschel. Billy Horschel talked about the green speeds. He said the greens are so fast, faster than he can remember. And I think this is very interesting coming from Scotland and coming from the Open. How are the putters, more specifically the bad putters, i.e. Cam Young, going to adjust to speeds this quick? I don't think he's going to adjust well because Cam Young is an objectively horrible putter, and he wasn't always this bad, but he's been so bad this past 3 months. And I don't want to bet, sweat, enter an 11 or 10-9, whatever, Cam Young, 16-1, Cam Young, betting favorite Cam Young, and just be so annoyed over these 5-foot putts when he missed them, and we know he's going to miss them. The tee to green numbers are insane. Is he going to gain 12 strokes ball striking again? Probably not. But is he going to probably gain top 5 in this field ball striking? Maybe, probably. Will it be enough to pay off the Cam Young at his peak? I don't know, and I don't want to buy that. I thought what Billy Horschel said about the greens is a big reason for me to not go to Cam Young, because the greens are so fast. He thinks that some of these it's going to be hard to adjust to the putting. So that enough, I think, is going to get me off of Cam Young. Something else about Cam Young, what it really felt like, in the fall when it's the Mayakoba and Aaron Wise fits all the models, the stats look great, he's playing okay golf, and he's 18-1. It happens like every single time, like at least the past 2 years. In these shitty events, Aaron Wise is just 18 to 20-1. And you're like, all right, it's his time. But why are you going to buy an Aaron Wise who's never won, or he's won once, he's proven little to nothing at his absolute peak? It doesn't work out ever. We're kind of seeing that right now with Cam Young. Yeah, he's played 2 really good events. The John Deere and the Open Championship. 2 amazing events, not taking any of that away from him. But it's been really bad for a majority of the season. So we're going to take 2 weeks of data and buy Cam Young, a 20% Cam Young at his absolute peak of the season. I mean, peak of the price point. No, I'm not going to do it. I don't think that's a good play. I truly don't. Especially on a golf course that is not exactly all the ball strikers will go to the top. Everyone who hits the ball the closest to the pin will go to the top. It's going to be a bona fide birdie fest. The rough looks fairly narrow, and it's super volatile. There's water on 15 holes. Shit can go bad quickly. So I don't want to buy a Cam Young in a field and an event like this. Maybe even if he was this price at a golf course like Murrayfield Village, like literally something like that, I would buy Cam Young. Even if it was the same field, same price, I would do the Cam Young 20%, 10-9. Yeah, no questions asked. But at a golf course like this, where it's so volatile, so much shit can happen, why am I going to buy Cam Young at his absolute peak, highest price, when there's so many other guys where like guys like Troy Merritt can win this golf tournament and roll a ton of putts, birdie fest? I don't want to do the 20% Cam Young at his highest in his career. So I was thinking about betting the 16-1, but I don't want to do it. I'm going to be sweating too many putts at from 6 to 10 feet, and he's just going to miss it. I'm going to be like, why did I bet Cam Young at 16-1? So we're not doing the Cam Young thing. But more on Billy Horschel. Billy Horschel had some really interesting quotes about his game outside of the putting green. Billy Horschel said, "The winning score is right where I like the winning score to be, and I feel like my game is in a decent spot for however good or bad you want to make Billy Horschel's game right now." And he also said, I feel like a lot of guys say I'm really close when I'm really not. And he went on to say, everyone in my team will say the right thing. So Billy Horschel, for what he's saying, and he's a very honest player, because remember at the Sony Open, he literally openly said, I do not have my game right now. I do not feel good at the beginning of the season, and he flamed out. So Billy Horschel is usually an honest guy. I'm going to trust what he had to say about he likes the winning score, he likes the format, and I've been saying all week how much this reminds me of a Florida golf course. Billy Horschel, Florida Gator. Billy Horschel, Florida golf course killer over his career. At 7.1K in this field, I have to play Billy Horschel. I have to. We have to. I'm sorry. I know he's shooting in the 80s this month. But what he said, what this golf course is, it's 100 degrees. He's lived in Florida his whole life. He feels good about his game right now. $7,100? I'm doing it. Peter Quest is $7,400. And Billy Horschel is $7,100. Billy Horschel's getting media interviews. They're bringing him into the booth because they know he's a generational player. He's a PGA Tour winner. He's a Ryder Cupper. He has it in him. He knows he's close. $7,100, no brainer. I'm doing the Billy Horschel thing. If it blows up in my face, I tried. I'm gonna be honest and say how I feel and say if I hate a guy, if I love a guy. So we're doing the Billy Horschel thing at $7,100. We're moving on to Justin Thomas. And Justin Thomas, you piece of shit, you say the same thing every damn week. Justin Thomas gets in these interviews and he goes, I feel like I'm close. I feel like I'm really, really close. So I don't take anything that Justin Thomas says seriously ever, but what I will do to make the case for Justin Thomas is similar to what I did for Billy Horschel. Like I've been saying all week, again, you look at this golf course from an aerial point, it looks like it's plopped in Palm Beach County, Florida. And you throw on the weather. It's 100 degrees. It's raining. I live in Florida. It is 100 degrees and it rains every day. Justin Thomas is so used to these conditions. It's going to be target golf. The greens are going to be soft. The last time Justin Thomas played a TPC golf course was TPC River Highlands a few weeks ago, and he had his best finish in 6 months, what it feels like. So we're going back to another TPC target golf course where it's going to be soft, where you can hit these wide fairways, avoid the trouble. Justin Thomas has had great success in Florida, like Billy Horschel. I'm doing the damn thing. I don't care what he had to say in his interviews, but I'm doing the damn thing what Justin Thomas had to say. So that's the three players we had. We didn't have much interviews this week because it was a damn 3M Open. Last week was much better, but I'll stay in the space for 30 seconds. If anyone wants to say anything, I'll answer a question, but I feel like that about wraps it up. You got my honest answers on those three guys, and let's do it tomorrow. I'm hyped for tomorrow morning. I'm hyped for every tour event. You guys know where to find me on Twitter, so DM me if you have any questions. I will be back probably with a weekend update a round one update tomorrow because I think I'm traveling on Friday. So I might do the round one weekend update tomorrow. So any questions, you know where to find me, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace out.